Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Today our topic of presentation is antibiotics. So antibiotics are these chemicals which produced by microorganisms, that is bacteria, fungi and actinomyces, that suppress the growth of other microorganisms and may eventually destroy them. एंटीबायोटिक्स वो केमिकल्स है जो माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म से ऑब्टेन होते हैं, हासिल होते हैं, जैसे कि बैक्टीरिया है, फंगाई है और एक्टिनोमाइसिस है, जो दूसरे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म की ग्रोथ को या तो स्टॉप करते हैं या उसको किल करते हैं, डिस्ट्रॉय करते हैं। इसको हम एंटीबायोटिक्स कहते हैं। और एंटीबायोटिक्स का सोर्स जो है वो नेचुरल सोर्स से ऑब्टेन होते हैं, जैसे कि माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स है, और इसके साथ साथ ये लो कंसंट्रेशन में इफेक्टिव होते हैं। अब हम आते हैं टुवर्ड्स क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ एंटीबायोटिक्स। सो एंटीबायोटिक्स इज अ ह्यूज क्लास ऑफ ड्रग्स. It is classified on various bases, but here I am classifying them on two bases, which is most important. So first of all, I will classify them according to the nature of action. And the basis of nature of action, antibiotics are of two types. The first one is bactericidal and the second one is bacteriostatic. Bactericidal are that antibiotics which kill the bacteria completely, and bacteriostatic are that antibiotics which stop the growth of bacteria. So bactericidal includes penicillin, cephalosporins, aminoglycosides, vancomycin, fluoroquinolones, and also the commonly used drug metronidazole come under the category of bactericidal drug. And the bacteriostatic include macrolides, tetracyclines, sulfonamides, and less commonly used drug chloramphenicol. But here note one thing for remembering the bactericidal and bacteriostatic antibiotics, that is the formula penicillin and cephalosporins are bactericidal for microbes. So it means this formula include bactericidal drugs, bactericidal antibiotics, and other than this they are bacteriostatic. That just like P means penicillin, C means cephalosporin, A means aminoglycosides, V means vancomycin, F means fluoroquinolones, and M means metronidazoles. Now classification of antibiotics according to mode of action. On the basis of mode of action, antibiotics are classified in different types, which are following. Cell wall synthesis inhibitor. Cell wall synthesis inhibitor includes penicillin, cephalosporins, vancomycin, carbapenem, monobactam, cycloserine. The second class is protein synthesis inhibitor, which further include two 30S ribosomal subunit synthesis inhibitor and 50S ribosomal subunit synthesis inhibitor. 30S include aminoglycosides and tetracyclines, and 50S includes macrolide and chloramphenicol. The third class is DNA synthesis inhibitor or topoisomerase 2 and 4 enzyme synthesis inhibitor, which include quinolones and fluoroquinolones. The fourth class is folic acid synthesis inhibitors, which includes sulfonamides. Now I am coming toward the last section of this video, the classes of antibiotics with its gram spectrum, its example and mechanism of action. So here remember one thing, remember one formula, one mnemonic, and then you can easily remember the classes, its gram spectrum, example and mechanism of action of antibiotics easily. The formula is antibiotics can protect the queens, men, servants and gods. So and the formula, the first letter A means aminoglycosides, C means cephalosporins, P means penicillins, T means tetracyclines, Q means quinolones, fluoroquinolones, M means macrolides, S means sulfonamides, G means glycopeptides. Now coming towards its spectrum of activity. So aminoglycosides are effective against gram-negative microorganisms and Example are streptomycin and gentamicin, and its mechanism of action is it inhibit the protein synthesis but 30th ribosomal subunit. A second class cephalosporin are effective against gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria, which includes ceftriaxone and cefixime. It inhibits cell wall synthesis of bacteria. The third class is penicillin. It is effective, penicillin G. It is effective only against gram-positive bacteria, which include penicillin G. But coming toward its broad spectrum penicillin, ampicillin, which is effective against both gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. But to the penicillins, the resistant problem is more. So in case of resistance, we can give them methicillins. Okay, the penicillin also inhibits cell wall synthesis. The other class is tetracycline, which is also effective against both gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. It includes tetracycline, doxycycline, and it inhibits protein synthesis, but it inhibits also the 30th ribosomal subunit. Other class is quinolones. Fluoroquinolones is also effective against gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria, which includes ciprofloxacin, levofloxacin, and it inhibits DNA synthesis, R-topoisomerase 2 and 4 enzyme synthesis. The other class is macrolides. It is only effective against gram-positive bacteria. It includes erythromycin, azithromycin, and it inhibits protein synthesis of bacteria but 50th ribosomal subunit. The other class is sulfonamides. It also inhibits both gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. It includes sulfamethoxazole, cotrimoxazole, and it inhibits the folate synthesis of bacteria. The last one is glycopeptides, which is effective against gram-positive bacteria, and it includes vancomycin, and it also inhibits the cell wall synthesis of bacteria. Thank you for watching.